More than 220 British MPs have issued a letter urging Prime Minister Keir Starmer to recognize Palestinian statehood. It comes amid mounting pressure for Starmer to end the UK's support for Israel. Protesters have been rallying outside Downing Street, banging pots and pans, calling on the government to use its influence to end Israel's blockade and its war on Gaza. Milena Veselinovic has been following the protests outside Downing Street.
People have gathered here at the gates of Downing Street, banging their pots and pans as hard as they can. It is the form of protest that they feel is appropriate for that noise to reach beyond the gates of Downing Street over there, the official residence of the UK Prime Minister. They feel this is one of the few things that is actually in their power, so that this noise reaches the ears of the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Now, it is a very diverse crowd. We've seen lots of families, lots of young children, people young and old, people coming back from the office in their suits, students, also members of the Jewish community who say that what is being done in Gaza is not in their name. Now, all of this, they hope, will put a lot of pressure on the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer to do something tangible to try to alleviate the suffering of the people in Gaza, because everyone here has been deeply affected, they told us, by the images they've seen coming out of Gaza of the emaciated toddlers, of people getting gunned down, trying to get basic supplies, struggling to feed their families. And for many that we've spoken to here, they don't feel that the statements coming from the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer really reflect the urgency and the outrage they feel when it comes to this situation. Now, Keir Starmer did put out a number of statements in the last few days that were very strongly worded. He said that the situation in Gaza really is insufferable, and in a phone call that he had today on Friday with the leaders of France and Germany, the three leaders agreed that the war in Gaza must end. They called for the release of all of the captives, and they said the best way to bring them home and to alleviate the suffering of the Palestinian civilians is a negotiated ceasefire. So it's very busy here. People are walking everywhere. There's some more police coming down the road. It's been a very moderate police presence, I have to say, and a very energetic atmosphere, but with not much tension. Now, back to the diplomacy of this issue. Keir Starmer is under pressure not just from the people here, his voters, but also from his own Labour Party MPs. 221 MPs, that's kind of more than a third of the parliament, have signed a letter putting pressure on Keir Starmer to recognise the state of Palestine, just as the French President Emmanuel Macron has committed to doing within months. Now, Keir Starmer has so far held firm in his view that he does believe in a two-state solution, but that won't be happening until there's a viable peace process underway, which there isn't one at the moment. And to compound all of this, he's expecting US President Donald Trump to land in Scotland this evening. He will be meeting with him, and his MPs want Keir Starmer to speak to Donald Trump about Gaza and try to put pressure on him to help open those aid corridors.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.